in this healing meditation, we are focusing on the idea of what failure might mean to an eternal being. What would that concept mean to a being with infinite choice, who knows itself free to make infinite choices, who is aware of its timelessness, and who has no concept of a judge? We intend, as we breathe comfortably, deeply but comfortably, as we allow ourselves to open to the light, to sink further deeper into this light, as we allow the memory of this eternal beingness to dawn upon us from within, as we see ourselves, as we identify ourselves, not with the fears, not with these fragmented aspects of identity held in the context of the fear of failure, but of the eternal being who is free in its mind, and whose mind is of the eternal infinite beingness. This opens us to the acceptance of ourselves in love, as we remember. Kimayani torrukoin sia porrukoin sanitainiam, hayaya torrukoin sotokorrukois, shinsandraum ni kaya sunsoi payashini toyoni, hinya ruhushtayastoa, hia worukui mayana unya tarayayotus, rikayas doruhuis imni taniko yonotonayam, himya taruhush dorukuit, hio sun sorukushtarak ehisnatrahinam notroa, kayana yonyoro ti kayas dokorohot amayana tiata osoto yeshayasi, kinandratus otokuna payayat orukui sapayana tra, kitaya takuna shanitana mayato noyen sotroitin, kinyado koruki mayon shorukuiman ritis mindrikiani triayatos. In our day-to-day choices in thought, we can bring this to mind through choosing to see ourselves always in the right place at the right time, to choose to see the situations and allow our responses to them and in them to reflect our awareness Yono tamin yan toro koin yo son shimiti kanayin yan to. Kayatina wosi worru koimi tayaraya tori to soko yashnitayanam. Siyo so shimayani indritiko yosia. That all things are for our benefit, for our highest learning. Koyani morro kun shitrikin yandoro hitaya sundro iti shini kanatro ayaya tokoin. Shinsi kais yondo avo shini tini tayaru iti atoyo morro koisiana yini taya. Shindaya to aoso ishini toya ni kanatra tayoso toyos. Each experience kipaya soro kuisoyo shini eniatia tayaya toisiat, a lesson. Kinayanino rohut, kimian shiti kiana rahat, hawoso shinindri kiayat, Amayanat in our remembrance of our choice. Kinayana umitit, and where the choice lies. Siansaishi koyotoyati kainishit, and that we are always free to make that choice. Shinitayana yunsiotor kuishi payarotot. This is where we see our control lies not necessarily in events. Kimayan chokonayini tuyotokoyitit, in the ability to influence the outcomes of events. Shimison sotos alboshi pas, as we would form them in separation. Simayana rit orokoshi payat, borohiti sit. But to be in the world and not of it, in the sense of seeing. Himayaya torokuyesio sotishi kaya suni payayot, horuhit, the events that are playing out, that we find ourselves in this divine play, kianayesotsot ihapaoshipayos, that we could see the answers to our prayers, to our questions, within the circumstances that we find ourselves, to see the light of the truth reflected from within of where we find ourselves. Kinaini toyo torukuish. It's not to wait to see that in the outcomes that we have tried to project or influence or control. It is first to see it where you find yourself now. To choose to see how this would be for your enlightenment. That is the choice of enlightenment that you make. It dawns upon you from within your choice to make it. That is truly a choice in consciousness. Himayana yiri kaya sotso arrohishaya sun. Himayarati kaya sosoyo shikaya tina ini oru. Himayana taya si kaya shini tion. Hinianayana rokoyo shipayoto ria soyoto yiri kayana it. Himayana shita osoyo shini tin. Hini tayo tokoro kimaya taya sonsa. Shisa toshio sokoro kimayan. Himayata wo supsa oshi sisani shana isatsatas. Chaya saya sao shiti sanasi. Sin sakurat itak oru himayana inchikiri anat. Hi ara toro hineinshi taoro kua oshi pas. This assists in the practice of seeing all time as now. Hinandrato sosiam shiti si, by choosing not to see by the influence of the past or the future, but to see the light of the truth, which is eternal, timeless, in the presence, in the now. That is to be in presence. That is to be present. Kimayanai chioro kui son sokonain shikiri taoro kuiminti kinin. Hinaya soro kiasuyo susha pisa satosh. Kiriataya sansakinanda shishayotos. Shitaoso soro kui shi sisian santisi saishikiat. We oruhutatas. Coming back again to this archetypal architecture of the judge. Kaos notroat. This is not God. Kinayan shiti son socorro kuyasin meitat. Kinayan indro arroto shomisin si shiritorro kuin sioto idiot. Hinindritis. Allow yourself to make the connection between this internal structure and the tyranny that we see so loudly screaming from without us. Shia saya sorro kui shimitini tina toa orot. Sin sanda orotos. Practice seeing how this larger structure being played out. Komor hushta horot. Kanandria koyosutsor kuishin is an echo of the structure, the architecture that you hold for that concept within yourself, and how you enforce it upon yourself in your choice to see yourself judged. Kanandrati ta orukua maharakaya storuhun shikita orukuinitin. Himayana yinitao sokorukuin. Sansitaya oruhit. Kyorukonatanandro oruhitaya nisanam. Ina honotonia nishinim. Kinain si orut oruhit natratia sakai shitai. Kinaisaya sitai. Initaya soya shitiai. Kiaya siana imion dor. Hio o kimayana in shinindritia tor kuisioni. Shimaya susaya sho. Niana shini kayanao nyaya sioshi po kui. Hioyo kui poi kiaya. Orukui shi poi kiaya. Orukui shipya. Kinin taosin shitisni. Sin sitaya shior kui saya kiana ini tini tiana in. Tritaya takushibaya sunsoaya. Sin shikaya suoshia. Isa osion so. Shimikaya sion sutruya torkoya payam. Kiana in sonto ayos unchakianit. Kimaya satsi kayat. Hia torkoi son. Hina drahata akunosha payas asi. Shiniansa asi kaya isio soto ayaish. Hina tra ora osakori payanat o huya torkoi mitan. Sintarato shokorokoit. Kia itanus o rohit I oro amat rahai kianat. Sansa kanashniti hi kaya takuna payat. Aharaka isio tokonit. Hinyantoro hishiamayan su. Shinandrea sosoto yashiporo kuinatas. Inamayana uno norohitaya tunimnian. Shita orkun sapayasun. Kinin diotoro queen sikia ish. There are layers and levels and currents and fields of consciousness that are not of this world, that are not affected by this world, that you have complete access to. Kia taoro queeni tiamayan sondro itishi. Si sin satu sonso konain, kinanoto aoshi porukuiti, hinyandayo sonso shanas. Allow this vision to assist you to see more of yourself, to see yourself outside of the context of the dream, to remember, to return and remember. So you can bring this remembrance with you as you walk the dream. Naini toyo korkuini tan nisno troam. Kastokorukina shamatrayan. Orokunataya sunshokunain. You are safe. Allow your return to remind you where your safety really comes from. What makes that true? Allow it to untangle your fears from you. Hinaini torokoti shinitin tiamatos, in your choice to see them not. Ni amoro queen. Nindri kaya sunsoin shimain satruat. You cannot see both at the same time. One choice negates the other. Kinain yor kutatrua mayana shi. Sitor kuiti sia kaini paor kuin samayana trukunoshiman. Himaya torkuan shanain. Hiayetia sorokushi. Siansaini tiorqua. Sisio shapiatiot orquin. Hinitia takunion yorquara. Iatakoyashano tuna disan tataisian sorokoyashiai. Kitayot sotroid ihorukun shamayanas. Sinchia tawosiot sorokuit atra itaworukuit. kiti torumin disian sonoin shinitinyat atra kiaya sio sochia toruku anatrayan. Allowing yourself to be in deep peace, allowing yourself to remain in meditation for as long as you feel called. And allowing yourself to return to this space whenever you need reminding. Be at peace. God bless you. Amen.